I think the future currency will essentially just be wattage, harnessed energy.
Yeah.
Like so, or like basically how much power is being turned into work of some kind.
Right.
Intelligence or matter manipulation. I think Optimus will be our biggest product, not just Tesla's biggest product ever, but probably the biggest product ever.
And then, of course, when you see something like GPT-4, someone asked, why is this thing not an AGI? Actually, really hard to put your finger on it because you can talk to it fluently in anything you want. The economy is going to transform into this compute-powered world. And I think that those moments are not yet at the end. I think
three of the most important influential people in technology right now, three different companies, one consistent insight. The next economy is being built right now. And the people building it, they are telling us exactly where the value is going to be concentrated if we pay attention. I've gone through 4 of the most important conversations in technology, from Elon Musk to Brockman and Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google. And I want to do something different with this video, not just analyzing what they are saying, but what it means for anyone building a business right now. By the end of this video, I'm gonna give you 10 specific opportunities, sector, business idea, strategies that follow directly from what these people are building right now. Subscribe if you're new. This is the most actionable video we have been doing since the beginning. Let's go.
So the sun is everything.
It's everything. So you're all in on solar. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, your natural gas and solar. You're at Colossus 2, right?
Yeah. People just don't understand how that solar is everything. So everything compared to the sun, all other energy sources are like cavemen throwing some twigs into a fire.
Yeah.
So the sun is over 99.8% of all mass in the solar system. The best way to actually increase the energy output per year of the United States or any country is batteries. So the peak power output of the US is around 1.1 terawatts, but the average power usage is only half a terawatt.
Yeah.
So if you just buffer the energy, so charge up the batteries at night, discharge during the day, without incremental capital expenditures, without building new power plants, you can double the energy throughput of the US. China has done an incredible job on solar.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So I believe China's production capacity is around 1,500 gigawatts per year of solar.
Yeah, they put in 500 terawatts in the last year.
Terawatt
hours.
Yeah.
Terawatt hours.
I was like
500 terawatt hours, to be very specific.
Yeah.
In the last year, 70% of that was solar. And they're just scaling.
Let me translate that into business terms. Elon is not making a philosophical point about the sun. He's describing where the capital is going to flow. Tesla Megapack's business had 39.5% gross margin last quarter. Google is spending 175 billions in AI infrastructure. All of them run on electricity. Every data center, every AI chip, every electric vehicle, every humanoid robots run on energy. The bottleneck of the entire AI economy is no models, it's the power, energy. And China has understood this for a decade. They have 150,000 gigawatts of solar production per year. The United States is not nearly close to that. The opportunity gap is enormous and doesn't require you to build a solar farm. And I will show you the second half of the video where the opportunity are. But energy is just the foundation. What sits on top of it physically is something that Elon Musk says will be the biggest product in history, and the production starts in 3 months.
We're going to be substantially increasing our investments in the future, so you should expect to see significant a very significant increase in capital expenditures, but I think well justified for a substantially increased future revenue stream. And obviously Tesla's not alone in this. I think you've seen in most, if not all, certainly the major technology companies substantially increasing their capital investments. And we're going to be doing the same. I think it's going to pay off in a very big way. So we're investing in and improving our core technologies, battery powertrain, AI software, AI training, chip design, manufacturing, laying the groundwork for significantly increased manufacturing production. We are also strengthening our supply chain across the board, batteries, energy, AI silicon, everything. And laying the groundwork, like I said, for what we expect to be a significant increase in vehicle production in the future. And of course, a very significant increase, actually releasing Optimus, but increasing our internal production for testing, and then probably being able to have Optimus be useful outside of Tesla sometime next year. As you've heard me say a few times, I think Optimus will be our biggest product, not just Tesla's biggest product ever, but probably the biggest product ever. And I remain convinced of that conclusion. Because there's going to be so much change. Yeah, exactly.
People are going to be it's scared shitless.
Yeah, it's sort of the, it's like, be careful what you wish for because you might get it.
Yeah.
Now, if you actually get all the stuff you want, is that actually the future you want?
Yeah.
Because it means that your job won't matter.
If you're living an unchallenged life,
yes,
right, with no challenges, no, if you become a couch potato, if it's the WALL-E future, that does not go well for humans.
Full self-driving and robotaxi, version 14.3 was a major architectural update, and we have a whole pipeline of major improvements to full self-driving that we believe will lead to unsupervised full self-driving being available anywhere in the world that it is legal to do so. And then there's a version 15, hopefully hopefully by the end of this year, but certainly by early next year, and that will be a complete overhaul of the software architecture, and will run on AI4. That's and that at that point we're really just increasing the safety level of FSD above human safety level even more. Meaning, I think even within version 14, we're significantly safer than human, but B15 will take that to another level.
Optimus is starting production in 3 months. That's not a keynote announcement. That's an earning call commitment of 25 billions in CapEx. And Elon's point about the WALL-E future is the most strategic insight of the whole video, because it tells you exactly what people will pay in a world of physical automation. When robots do physical tasks, humans don't retire. They upgrade to do things worth living, experiences, connection, creativity, challenges, meaning. And that's the business opportunity lying in the robotics revolution. Not building the robots, but building what humans do when robots handle everything else. If you like the video, hit the like button. Back to the interviews.
People often talk about software engineering budgets and then what proportion of that is token versus salary. And to some extent, I think that market has been so demand constrained for great software engineers that suddenly adding supply can 10x that market, right? In other words, I think the market for software engineering and coding is dramatically bigger than anybody thinks, and it's the wrong metric to say, token budget versus engineers. So I actually think it should grow a lot of things.
The economy is becoming this compute-powered economy before our very eyes. It's happening right now. Like we've seen this with software engineering, and it's going to happen with every single field of work people do with a computer. Everyone's computer work, is going to be something where rather than you doing work with your computer is going to do work for you. But if you really can predict the next word out of Einstein's mouth, you are at least as smart as Einstein. And you can make arguments, but I think that those arguments fall flat, that there's something false there, because the point of prediction is not about being able to predict what is known. The point is you put yourself in a new situation you've never seen before and predict what comes next. And I think that there's something deeply connected to intelligence and prediction, that there's a long story of academic literature and how you think about this, compression, they're all kind of part of the same thing.
We have, I felt like the company was built for that moment. The vertical thing, it's not an accident or something. It was a very intentful, we were in the 7th version of TPUs.
Yes.
I remember it might have been 2016 Google I/O where we announced the TPUs and spoke about we are building AI data centers. This was 2016. We were thinking about, the company was operating in an AI first way. So we had deeply internalized the shift. So to me, we were behind in terms of frontier LLM models, but we had all the capabilities internally and we had to execute to meet the moment. But we had, the exciting part was, when I look at it from full stack, we had the research teams, we had the infrastructure teams, we had all the platforms, and we had been investing intentfully in many businesses, right? And to me, I suddenly felt like, wow, we have this one common technology which can accelerate all those businesses. Search to YouTube to cloud to Waymo, all relies on progress. And this, so it was a very leveraged way to make progress.
Market expansion argument is one of the most important data point for who is building software business right now. The conventional thinking is the AI replace human engineer. So the software budget stay the same and fewer people get it. But the view in the video is opposite. The software market has always been constrained by how many software engineers exist. Remove that constraint and the market doesn't stay the same, grows 10 times because the bottleneck was always supply, not demand. Think about what that means. The number of software problems worth solving doesn't go down when engineers get cheaper. It explodes because suddenly problems that weren't worth solving at 150,000 engineers became worth solving at 50 cents per token. Google is spending $175 billion this year alone on that bet. Subscribe if you're not yet. Let's get back into the interviews.
But we're going back to why you're optimistic right now. I mean, when people think about the challenges ahead, I think we're going to end up with abundance in the long run. It's for
beyond abundance beyond what people possibly could think of as abundance. Like the AI actually, AI and robots to the limit will saturate all human desire.
Sure. And then we get to nanotechnology, which takes it even a step further.
What was search becomes an agent, and your future interface is an agent, and the search box in 10 years or N years is no longer.
I mean, the form factor of devices are going to change. Sure. I/O is going to radically change. And so, so it's tough to, I think you can paralyze yourself thinking 10 years ahead. But we are fortunate to be in a moment where you can think a year ahead and the curve is so steep. It's exciting to just do that year ahead, right? Whereas in the past, you may need to sit and envision 5 years out. I'm the models are going to be dramatically different in a year's time.
Real now, it's going to really happen. The economy is going to transform into this compute-powered world. And I think that those moments are not yet at the end. I think that we have many more breakthrough moments where you realize that the next stage is possible.
I thought Dota was like an incredible moment because it wasn't chess like Deep Blue, and it wasn't AlphaGo, which is like computationally intensive but very defined rules. It was actually interactive against humans in a way that like the world is sort of structured, but you have all this freedom.
Yeah, that was...
I want to give people listening a dose of optimism. There was a survey done in mid-December by Pew that said 45% of Americans would rather live in the past, and only 14% said they'd rather live in the future, which is insane to me, right? Obviously, they never read history. The challenge is most Americans, all they have of the future, it's like Hollywood has shown us killer AIs and rogue robots, right? And people are worried about their jobs, they're worried about healthcare, they're worried about, the cost of living. The challenge is how do we help people? I mean, you pinned on X, the future is going to be amazing with AI and robots enabling sustainable abundance.
I was thinking
for all.
of you when I did that.
Only 14% of Americans want to live in the future, while the three people in this video, they are all spending billions to build the future. The gap between public perception and where capital is flowing is the single biggest business opportunity of the next decade, because every measured technological shift has created immense opportunity for the people who understand it first and serve the people who arrive later. The internet, mobile, cloud, every time. The people building the future need infrastructure, services, tools, content, education, and human connection. The only builders who understand this shift can provide. So here are 10 opportunities, no abstract, but grounded directly into what these people are building and allocating capital to. Let's get into it. I looked at these massive capital commitments and asked, what do they need that doesn't exist yet? Elon's spending $25 billion on robots and energy. Greg says the compute economy is just beginning, and Sundar sees a 10-time software market. These aren't predictions, they're timelines you can build on. Here are 10. Energy storage and infrastructure. Elon noted batteries can double US energy output without new plants. Think commercial battery storage and AI workload optimization software. AI operations for energy-intensive businesses. For data centers and factories, electricity is their second biggest cost. Build AI demand forecasting, carbon credit automation, or energy audit tools to find waste. The problem grows every quarter. Robotic support ecosystem. Optimus production starts in 3 months. Every new platform needs an ecosystem. They'll need deployment consulting, maintenance, and insurance for autonomous systems, like the App Store for robots. The human experience economy. Elon's Wall-E warning: when AI handles the tasks, humans upgrade to what machines can replicate. High-end coaching, hospitality, and craft education will see massive premiums. Autonomous vehicle infrastructure. Tesla robotaxis are live with FSD version 15 coming. We need fleet management software, EV charging networks for driverless fleets, and specialized insurance. The regulatory window is opening now. Vertical AI software. Skip general AI tools. Build deep workflow integrated software for single industries like healthcare admin or legal compliance. Vertical beats horizontal every time. AI agent development and integration. Millions of businesses can build their own agents, offer custom development and workflow consulting. Huge demand, massively undersupplied. AI education and upskilling. Only 14% of Americans want to live in the future. Someone has to bring the other 86% along. Build practical, outcome-focused AI training for doctors, lawyers, and accountants. Trust, verification, and provenance. With millions of agents making decisions, how do we know what's real? build deepfake detection, governance tools, and audit trails. Compliance brings incredible pricing power. Physical world plus AI integration. The physical world is the final frontier. Combine AI and IoT sensors for smart buildings, agriculture, and supply chains. It's enormous and under-automated. 10 opportunities grounded in real capital. Pick one that fits your skills and start building before the window closes. That's this week's homework. Let me get back to Few survey one more time. 45% of Americans would rather live in the past. I actually understand that. The transition is scary. The anxiety is real. And we have covered all of this in this channel. But here's the thing. The transition happened even if the 45% want it or not. The 175 billions of Google and the 25 billions of Tesla, the complete OpenAI infrastructure that doesn't stop because people are anxious. The question for anyone watching this is really simple. Are you going to be someone who is going to build in the future or someone who arrived late to it? The people in the video, Elon, Sundar, Greg, they are not waiting. The technology is not waiting. The capital is not waiting. The window is now open. Pick one of these 10 opportunities and ask yourself honestly, are some of these aligned with what I do, my knowledge, who I am, that I could contribute and use for? And this is this week homework. I'm gonna do exactly the same. Subscribe every week. We break down top AI CEO on what they are building and how can we adapt to this incredible period called the singularity. Drop a comment which of these 10 opportunities is more aligned with what you are and what you are building. See you to the next one. Bye-bye.